And the thing that's really annoying to me is that Spotify's making millions upon millions of dollars on the backs of hardworking independent creators that are getting their songs removed without... What's going on, guys? Adam Ivy. Look, you've been asking the same questions over and over, flooding my inbox, my DMs, with the Spotify Streampocalypse questions that you might have been hearing about for the last week or two. 750,000 and counting songs, albums, artists, playlists, all that good stuff, stripped, deleted, removed, finito off of Spotify with no clear-cut way to appeal what happened. No warnings, no, hey, this is about to happen, just like you wake up and your stuff's gone. Why is it happening? Well, Spotify's been going through, it's been scrubbing, doing all sorts of the algorithmic magic to try to figure out with computers who's been using bots, who's been faking the stream, who's been faking the sauce, who's been getting on paid playlists that Spotify doesn't have their grips on. And all of a sudden, it's a problem for us, what they're trying to do. It's a problem for us for trying to go out and promote and market. And then they say, no, we don't like the way you do that, so we're just not even going to give you a warning. We're not going to tell you that we don't like it. We're just going to take all your hard work and take it off our platform. Is it fair? No. Why is it happening? I'll tell you why. So there's a lot of marketing companies, a lot of promo companies out there. And I'll put promo with a whole, like, Danny, put a bunch of like quotation marks on the screen right now. Promo companies, marketing companies that are telling you, hey, 30,000 streams for $15. PayPal me now. Oh, we'll get real organic users, real organic people to listen to your music. We'll set up ads for you for like $100 and you're going to get 1 million streams. Like, there are a million of them. Take this much money times this many streams, and there's 1 million different possibilities. And then on the other side of that, right, because there's a whole lot of those that are just botting, right? And what a bot is, essentially a computer or a phone streaming over and over and over and over and over again, switching IPs, IP addresses to then rack up the plays, rack up the streams, rack up the numbers. It's all a facade. It's all fake. But there's a whole lot of people out there. You might be one of them right now that were caught in the crossfire. You might only have 5 streams on that song that you released 3 weeks ago. And why did yours get stripped down? You clearly didn't use a bot. You clearly didn't do anything malicious. You didn't try to cheat the system or anything. But what happened? Well, first and foremost, I need you to understand that when they're going through and stripping, could be a lot of different reasons why they're doing it. A friend of yours might have added you to a playlist, might have paid for a bot, might have paid for promo, might have paid for something for you that you didn't know about. And that's where it kind of gets muddy, right? One thing I do want to address is the myth, the urban legend, the gossip that's floating around right now about specific distribution companies. There's obviously DistroKid, who I'm a huge fan of. There's TuneCore, there's CD Baby, there's a million others. And think about it this way. They're like Amazon, Walmart, like the big brands get talked about. The brands that the most people go through are going to be the ones that are also getting the most hate, the ones that are getting blamed, the ones. But Spotify's come out and said this is not a distributor-specific issue. This is an issue with the playlisters that are charging on the back end to bot, to do malicious things. And think about it this way, guys. By no means am I team Spotify here. But as a small business owner, I look at it this way. I look at it from our side and I look at it from their side. I try to be objective, subjective, whatever. I try to be fair. Try to remove myself from the situation and say, why would they do this? And a part of me wants to jump instantly into the fact of like, well, Spotify now is offering, artists less of a cut so that they can market them. Maybe Spotify just doesn't want them to, go elsewhere for their marketing and pay us less. Then I think about it this way, and I might be wrong. I'd love to know in the comments what you think about this throughout the entire discussion here. But I look at Spotify. They don't pay us enough the way it is. They pay very, very minuscule little numbers. So if you have 10,000 streams, they're paying you X amount for those 10,000 streams. But isn't it technically stealing or theft if I would pay for 10,000 streams and just know approximately what I would make from that? It's definitely the old payola thing, but on a new level, because instead of buying like fake followers, like I know a lot of people do, the followers can lead to a kind of a facade, right? You can do the smoke and mirrors of, oh, I have more people following me or commenting. But Instagram's not paying you for having more followers. Spotify has to dish out that money for more streams. So if I owned a platform, if you owned a platform, what would you do if people came in grabbed something off the shelf and then came to the returns department and said, I don't have my receipt. I'd like to return this. And you had that happen over and over and over again. Next thing you know, people are coming up with carts and carts of big screen TVs and computers and expensive whatever, saying, I want to return all this. I don't have a receipt. You'd say, got to try to change the process. And it might not be perfect at first, but you got to change the process. This has happened before. It's going to happen again. If your stuff is on paid playlists, if you're going through and you're buying bots, let me just do a quick disclaimer, guys. Huge. If you go to somebody and they promise you a specific result in the amount of streams for a specific number of dollars, and I talk about this all the time in other videos and as well as on Instagram all the time, I'm not going to try to knock their hustle. They're just like you and I. They're trying to do a business, and they might not even realize how shady it is. But if somebody can guarantee you a result when it comes to 30,000 streams for $10, 300,000 streams for $100, like if they can do that, or even on YouTube, I see that once in a while. I'll give you this many subscribers or views or likes or whatever for this much money. It's all fake. It's all fake. Those are not organic, real human being, like English speaking. No, it's where they built that account. If that account is based in the US, then they can say, oh, it's a US user, right? But most of the time, I mean, if you ever run a Facebook ad or Instagram promotion without targeting, they're just going to send it to whoever the cheapest traffic is. And that's no different than what these bot playlisters, and look, I commend any single one of you guys that are watching this right now that have really gone out there and invested your last $10 or asked your parents for a little bit of money to help you market, help you promote, because you don't know how to grow it organically. So either you're trying to just fast track the process, or you're trying to figure out a way to get some notoriety. You're trying to figure out a way to get some visibility, somebody to pay attention to your music, and I get it. Trust me, when I first started selling beats online, it was like, felt impossible. And then impossible became possible, but one person at a time. And that's why I'm so adamant about growing organically. That's why I'm so adamant about this process, about building a brand, building a adoring fan base, making money, being able to use that attention for good, rather than get the attention too fast and it not even be real. Does it make sense? Think about it this way. 750,000 streams deleted like that, like Thanos, right, is still only 1.5% of the total songs that are on Spotify. 40,000 new songs a day uploaded to Spotify. I think there's like 17 million podcast episodes on Spotify now too. Try to figure out the logistics of the server house that has to figure that out, right? Then how to pay. Spotify should be paying us more, without question. But they can do that really, really efficiently if they can really figure out a way to block the fake. Be able to pay us for what's actually coming in. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. I'm just one guy with an opinion on it based on what I've read and what I've listened to over the last couple of weeks and what I've seen with my own students. I don't want anybody getting removed. There is a way that you could appeal it, right? There is a way. It's not super easy. It's not just a one click. You got to put in the work, no different than making the music takes work also, right? But think about it this way, guys. What we want to do is we want to build organically. We want to build real. We want to have 50 streams of real people rather than 5,000 streams of some bot from Sri Lanka sending a bunch of fake traffic so our analytics don't make any sense. We can't look at any of that stuff to learn from or grow. If we're doing a bunch of different things that we're having people come to our music that they're not even interested in our music, the numbers don't matter. I'd rather have 200,000 subscribers on my channel of people that really care about what I'm doing. And I'm not talking just myself, anybody. Let's say you're into woodworking, fitness, cars, any specific niche, however you want to pronounce it. I'd rather have a smaller group of people that I know actually care rather than millions of people who look at me and keep walking, right? You want the attention to stay. That's why smaller numbers are okay. Now, I will really quickly address the fact that the big labels, because I know that this is an argument, the big labels that have a vested interest in Spotify, they don't play by the rules, okay? Like, they don't play by the independent small guy rules. Even if you're getting millions of streams a month, and if you're not on a label, you're technically a small guy in their eyes. And that's okay, because those are the real people that are paying you the real dollars for your merch, your streams, your shows, anything that you come out with. The labels don't want to look like they're the small guy. The labels don't want to have a new artist break and they're not getting any streams. Let's face it, it's pretty embarrassing when you're supposed to be the major league team, right? And the minor league guys are outperforming you. We need to focus on what we can do, not about what they're doing. The system has never been fair. The system has never been an equal playing field. The independent creators such as ourselves, we need to just make our own ecosystem as strong and as powerful as possible, because it's just like that you can break on Instagram, you could break on TikTok, you could break on Collab, you could break on one of these platforms, and now all eyes are on you without the puppet strings of the labels. And I'm not saying labels are all evil and corrupt and stuff. I have friends that work at labels. However, some of you guys are shitheads too. I'm just kidding. Not my friends. But the labels, I'm not going to go into a big dissertation about that. What we have to focus on is what we have in our control. If you know that something's shady, if you have a gut feeling that I'm not really sure how this works, if those people that are reaching out to you saying you're going to get this many organic, ask them how. And if their explanation doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or they say like, oh, you just got to trust us, we're the professionals here, we'll do, like, no. Never invest in something that you don't understand. And if they can't explain it to you to a way where you can understand, or at least wrap your head around it, if it sounds like it's too good to be true, probably is. Guys, Spotify is not the issue here, but we have to kind of be careful of how we're doing this thing. No different than buying followers on Instagram can get your Instagram account removed. Let's do it the right way. Organic marketing. Building up a brand, caring about your people, caring about what you do, putting out a product that you really think is something worth sharing with the world. Guys, I don't want you to get discouraged by this. This is going to happen. This has been happening since I joined MySpace. I remember people getting their accounts removed. So it's going to keep happening. But we just have to keep doing things in the best intention, kind of learn from our mistakes if we did do one of these things in the past, go through the proper channels and proper processes to get that stuff reinstated where we can, and move forward and build. Guys, if you haven't yet, this is going to help you build. Then click that bell, subscribe button rather, to join the channel family here, then that bell to be notified first anytime I upload a video just like this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you for joining me. I'll see you over on Instagram.